Hello there, my name is Rachel. Like to talk about animation, and today we're going to talk about a conversation or some theories about what happened of issue 5, issue 6. Specifically, like the reason why Porcini wants Miss Seed, and also Miss Vadoon, and also who is Evil Queen. Everything was sort of kind of confirmed, not confirmed, but it's so many little things I want to talk about, but I can't really talk about in the original video or the breakdown video of that issue because the video is just too long. But besides that, I am going to talk about it. But be warned, issue 6, if you not had read it or not have read the translation, will be some spoilers. It's up to you to choose or wait to the video I upload for issue 6 or with the fan translation of Moon Knight. One or the other. Or if not, you just don't care, just watch this, that's fine. Let's get started. Like the 5 things is the first one sort of I want to talk about is sort of kind of Parasite. Like what happened to her, how she lose control. That was sort of interesting because it asks a lot of questions like what is the level of control that Parasite really have, and that she make a deal with Black Cat to help her to actually have control. But at the same time asking the question that Black Cat can actually remove the parasite because it is Black Cat, or the sort of conditions he needs to do before removing the parasite, or Black Cat just an asshole, he just says no, he just kind of mess with her just to keep working for her. There's a lot of questions that how she controlled the creature in her own belly, especially when she's very hungry. In fact, it's sort of interesting you just understand her so well that she needs to eat, how she's sort of chill, disconnected, that she wants to be chill all the time, but she's sort of unaged, is how the whole comic sort of introduces her, how she sort of control. Like always had that second thought, like she's afraid to lose control. And this issue really shows if she doesn't eat that much, she loses it and eats people, and she can't control anything because how strong the parasite in her belly really is. It's just sort of interesting. It asks a lot of questions like why that Blackhead doesn't remove it, that he is almost like a god top level, or he doesn't have that sort of skill to remove that parasite from Parasite. And that's just sort of interesting. It's also sort of sympathetic that how she needs to figure out how to control her or panics, she doesn't know what to do. Especially how she sort of says sort of things screaming like this has happened before, not again. Like she has struggles but just get it. I don't know, like maybe because she's becoming my favorite character of this issue. It's just sort of interesting. Now let's talk about the second thing I want to talk about. Is basically Bloodhound. That I did not realize she's sort of a werewolf or a lichen. If the brand term, you don't know what I'm talking about. A lichen, I think it's the term we have to use. That is sort of a character can actually change to a creature, be cursed, blessed, or in between words. Every country has their own version of a lichen. Some people turn tigers, some people turn dolphins. Some people just turn to werewolves. Like, it doesn't really matter. But I wasn't really surprised he actually transformed as a dog. It just sort of threw me off, especially in the villain profile. They actually do kind of hint at, yeah, her special ability can transform, but they never said transform or she's a werewolf. She's just strong, have a strong nose, she's a good hunter. They give a lot of hints. But when they actually transform, it hits like, oh, she's a werewolf. That makes sense. And kind of kicking my own ass because I did not realize it because it gives you a lot of hints what she is. I'm also surprised in the profile they never say it out loud like she's a werewolf. I wonder they wanted to wait for the moment just to surprise you or wait for the people to guess she's actually a werewolf. In fact, how many of you have a bingo card theorizing that Bloodhound was a werewolf or a dog wolf? Like, any down below, tell me. Everybody actually thought of, or at least have a little hint of guess that she was a werewolf. Not me. I was completely surprised when she transforms. It's just like, I was shocked. But at the same time, she was still hot. Doesn't matter if she was a human or a dog. Call me a fucking, a furry, but in the end, she's hot either or. She's still interesting. I even love she even a wolf form. She's still sort of adorable in a way. I don't know. It's just me. I just don't get it. But at the same time, I am simply from Bloodhound. But besides that, let's talk about the third thing I want to talk about is King Casino. Something about him just make him more interesting, especially the animators or the artists who make the comic was sort of hyping about King Casino because they say you can't wait what he actually come up with this guy. You just be surprised. But little believer, each issue really shows King Casino is very interesting. Like besides the gambling addiction he has, he needs to gamble something. He actually transforms people to something else, or vice versa. I guess you have to activate his abilities to actually create things. Like it's like they did not establish how his special ability works, but it sort of started to be hinted how it works. Like because some assassins using his poker deck, but asking all the questions that if he summons people poking or using poker, can he actually condemn people on poker or dice or some sort of gambling sort of image? Like for example, the first time you seen King Casino, he actually punishing two people who cheat on his own casino using dice. And that question is, what happened to the two guys? They become dice or poker or completely different animate object, or he just trapped it inside his own body? Well, there's a lot of questions. Also, how did he get that special abilities? Because for right now, there is no origin for King Casino, but at the same time, did he make a deal with Black Cat? Something like Porcini sort of made a deal, but he transformed not because of Black Cat, it's because sort of questionable scientific discoveries he did or got chosen to do. That's some kind of things that King Casino is kind of interesting in wondering what else he can do, what his origins, what he's so obsessed with gambling. Like, make it more interesting and slimy just to know what he really is. Now, the fourth thing that I think a lot of people are wondering what he means to talking about is fact Porcini. The one theory that is sort of confirmed is sort of interesting that he is the original simp. Yeah, you heard me. If you've not read issue 6, it really shows how he's dedicated with Miss C. But the twist is that he is not hypnotized by the ability of Miss C. He is a true fan. He is the original fan of Miss Seed. But that's sort of interesting because Miss Seed had his and his little Pinky, one of the second most powerful mob bosses in the mob family who controlled the underworld. And she can have whatever she wants and choose not to listen. He throws them off. That's sort of fascinating. But at the same time, you kind of see this before because she sort of did the same thing to Dr. Flood in his what's it called? His book. Sorry, I'm blacking out right here. His documentary, not documentary. His login book slash login book of Dr. Flood that he shared with Dementia. Sorry, I'm kind of freezing out here. Like he has a small article about how she met Dr. Flood and Miss Seed, how she used him. And it feels the same story of what happened there happened to Porcini, especially how Porcini gave 110% everything what he has to her. He obeyed everything she asked. But that one simple image of Porcini giving her crown that she doesn't care. Like, I feel she doesn't have the high she needs of being beloved by that one guy. Like, she needs to have this sort of weird kink to be activated to be happy. But at the same time, ask me the questions, what did Porcini did to please her? Like, what things, what kind of loopholes he must done to please Miss Seed? It leaves a lot of questions, especially what happened of the other thing, my final thing about talk about of Miss Vadum, that we all thought she wants vengeance. In a way, it is confirmed, but not one, but two things. One, she is the evil queen because that's sort of a nickname given to her because any rival close to her or trying to challenge her, she eliminates. But ironically, she also was sort of a fan. Instead of how they wrote it or how she spoke it, it just sort of vaguely like she was a fan who wanted to get close to her or to eliminate her, but at the very end, she's more like a rival to Miss Seed. But Miss Seed never look at her like a rival or really care about her. That just wondering, this is sort of a one-sided rivalry, in other words, and it leaves a lot of imagination because she doesn't really breaks it down. Like she was talking about fans, but also talking about Porcini instead. She's sort of avoiding her own backstory or relationship with Miss Seat. The only thing is, she is pissed off because she is one upping her. Even she kind of see she was sort of arrested. Her profile, her popularity just keep going up, and Miss Doom is pissed off because she cannot beat her. That's just fascinating. Like how kind of crazy Miss Doom really is. She's sort of like a switch. She turns on and on the craziness. One time she's calmed down, when she's mad. In fact, I have a few questions here. How you felt about Miss Doom? If you actually read the comment or yet seen the video of mine, that you feel she's crazy, you like her, you don't like her, because she was sort of kind of top 10 favorite character in the fanatics room because everyone wants to know what she's about. Do you think she was delivered the right way, or you're not sure yet? You want to wait till she was a little bit more in the comic to see how truly evil or interesting she really is, because she had the best describer. She fall into the category as I say, like ranking kind of friend, like you see like Mean Girls. They have sort of like a ranking system. I thought that was sort of a very famous sort of college essay about this girl, kind of breaking down the relationships of every single popular girl or right hand man, who they actually are. And Miss Doom fall into the satellite category, that she cannot beat the main one because she can never beat her, but she doesn't understand. She always so close but far away. And that's what you describe Miss Van Doom, that she's obsessive, she's just insane, but yet sort of calm and crazy. That's sort of interesting. Of course, do you feel that kind of works for you or not? I don't know. It kind of does for me because it feels like a comic joke in a way. It kind of works. But other than that, I feel sort of interesting what else that Miss Doom will do, especially how she threatened not dementia, Parasite and Minanato what to do to get the key. If you've seen the final issue 6, you know what I'm talking about, because it sort of became Saw. Like at the very end, it just became a horror ending. Like you wonder that Minanato can take the key from Parasite from her own belly. That'll be interesting. I'm hyped to see issue 7, what gonna happen next. Now, all that, I don't know what else to say. Just I feel sort of sad for Porcini. Like he gave everything to her. I found fascinating Miss Doom, how crazy she is, and interesting also. But at the same time, I feel sort of pity for Parasite, the situation she's stuck into. Like, I feel a lot of things happen. I feel I was sort of satisfied, so almost all the answers. But I don't know, how you feel some of your theories was good? You feel the story was well executed? Tell me down below. Let me know. Honestly, I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.